Sentence for killing his teenage son almost a year ago. Mahlako Komane was in court today and has been following that story of the Ennerdale father who at the time shot his son. He was asleep in a car, had a knock on the window and then reacted by firing a shot. It turned out that the person that he had shot was his son. His son succumbed to injuries on his way to the hospital and passed away. And then that court case has begun. Mahlako Komane joins me in studio. Mahlako, a heartbreaking case. What happened in court today?
Yes, Nzeng, a very heartbreaking case. We saw the man still inconsolable. He was given that 10-year sentence, for which the 10-year sentence that is wholly suspended. But for the next 5 years, we know that he shouldn't commit a crime of a violent nature. Otherwise, he will find himself behind bars. But for now, it's back to him trying to reconstruct a life after the tragedy that happened. But also, it was quite important to notice and quite concerning that he actually came alone today. We didn't see any family in court that came to support him. But also, the magistrate was, very sympathetic to the cause of Mr. Tshabalala, as well as the report of the probation officer, with the probation officer noting that, the amount of trauma and guilt that he has suffered, he is enduring and has endured as a result of what had happened here. There is a part where she says that this man killed his pride and joy. This was a father that is committed to his children. And, by killing this young man, he's not only killed the man, but he has also killed his dreams and ambitions. And as such, it was her, she noted that this will haunt him for the rest of his life.
Mm. You spoke about the fact that he was alone when the sentence was handed down. We've heard reports that his wife supports him. He's got 2 other children that are still alive. Have we seen them earlier on? So is it unusual that the wife is not at the sentencing today?
Well, we don't know the reasons why, why the wife wasn't there. Perhaps she had work, she had her own commitments. We don't know. But yes, indeed, when the court sat for the first time, well, remember this actually happened a year ago to today. And the wife, I think on the 7th of June, they then appeared in the court. He appeared in the court. They were seen in the pictures of them being seen weeping together. The wife also saying that this man loved his children. This was a committed father, a man that, doting father, responsible father. Even the magistrate also saying that, this man is not a hardened criminal. This was a great tragedy. She even said that when she was handing down the sentencing, saying that it was really a huge mistake, and there was no sentence, no matter whether they gave a suspended sentence, whether they gave a prolonged sentence, it didn't matter, because either way, this man has to live with his actions for the rest of his life, and that that trauma that he must live through is that you can't even begin to describe it.
Mm-hmm. When she was speaking about the sentence, was there a point where do we know if there was anyone who was opposed to this kind of sentence, or has the community rallied around him, especially the community of Ennerdale, rallied around this father?
We know that, you do ask that. The prosecution in reading down the plea agreement had said that they felt that, gun murders are not necessarily accidental in their nature, but that a message had to be sent to gun owners to understand that there are consequences for their actions, and that they felt that Mr. Tshabalala should face the full extent of the law. The magistrate there then disagreed and said that she felt that even if you had to step outside the court and ask anyone, any South African, how they felt about this case, that people would disagree, that there wasn't necessarily a public outcry, but in fact, the society would benefit nothing from the incarceration of Mr. Tshabalala, but instead that here society was rather appealing or looking towards the court to be more lenient, empathetic, and merciful in handing down the sentencing, understanding that this was really a very sad, and she kept on saying it was sad, and it was a very tragic incident that occurred, that no father goes out to kill a son that they have contributed so much in their upbringing, emotionally and otherwise.
Mahlako Komane giving us an update on that case and the sentencing that took place today. Now, thousands